approach to Sapsucker Woods. We're essentially heard a cardinal. It's still sunny. My thermometer reads 82. That's another song sparrow. Didn't see anything remarkable on my way here. I hear another cardinal. I believe I may be hearing American goldfinches. Swamp sparrow. Maybe a what did I just hear? Why am I not wearing my binoculars? I don't know what I just heard. Maybe, well, it wasn't my imagination. I heard something. I see a turkey vulture in the air. By the way, last week when we were here, or last weekend, you may recall we saw first a yellow-bellied sapsucker, and then in the distance there was a larger bird floating in the air. We didn't get a very good look at it, but I believe, I looked at what I had recorded, and I believe it was a red-tailed hawk floating way up there in the air. On the ground nearby, I see a robin. I hear a frog. And I believe I'm hearing a chickadee, black-capped chickadee, to my left. And I see a couple robins up ahead on the ground. Well, wait a minute. One took off. At least I believe it was a robin. The other is still there, and it's definitely a robin. Red-winged blackbird. I am hearing an American goldfinch, no doubt this time. And a robin is singing. You can see it's very sunny out, so that may present a few challenges. I don't believe we're going to take a long walk. We'll probably take just a short one unless the birds pull us in a, you know, an unusual direction, which is have just heard a catbird. I'll need a few moments to prepare for our walk. I just heard an eastern wood pewee. And I'm also hearing a what sounds like a chipmunk. Okay, let's get some things set and then we'll take a walk. I considered just coming right here and start and setting up so you wouldn't have to wait while I do that, but it was getting close to the 5:15 time I had kind of promised, so I decided to start up where I did. Okay, I'm sure these wires will not be to my liking when we get out of the car, but we'll give it a try. Anyway, I need, like I said, I need a few minutes. Hopefully not too many. And we'll take a walk. I'm not going to take the second camera with me for various reasons. In a way, I'd like to. Until I come up with a good and convenient and nice way to carry a tripod for it, it's kind of a pain. A little bit of a breeze, wind, breeze. Let's see if that's enough. Probably should get a little more. It's always hard to spray this stuff on when it's kind of windy or breezy, you know. It goes everywhere but where you want it. Depending on what facilities are open, it's a pain to ride with the stuff on the way home without washing it off. Okay. Did I just hear a northern flicker? Maybe. Better have one more sip of water. I am hearing a tufted titmouse. And another cardinal. And I think I'm ready. Thank you for your patience. As I said, and as you can see, it's obviously sunny. So it could be at times seeing things could be challenging, although that should provide us with, on a relative basis, more light within the woods. Relative basis. Because the leaves are just about fully grown in, if not fully grown in, and it will be darker once we're in the woods. Welcome to Sapsucker Woods, everybody. Let's take a walk. Someone is over in that parking lot. I wonder if he sees something. He's got a tripod set up and he's got a camera on it. I wonder if he sees something, but he kind of looks like maybe he doesn't. And not that it's not possible to see something from the parking lot, and we've seen things in the parking lot before, but oh, he's putting things away. Okay, never mind. He just had it set up outside of his vehicle so he could, put things away one by one. By the looks of things. So I'm hearing another catbird. I think it's just one, not two. And up ahead, that's a robin, I believe, up there. Oh no, I couldn't see, that's a cardinal. I think. Is it? I can't see. I can hardly see my screen. No, actually, maybe. Let me look at the binoculars. And now it's gone. Okay, thanks. Now it's not in view. So the great catbird that we're hearing, I may see it. I do see it. And I just saw a mourning dove. And I just saw what looked like a starling and another mourning dove. But anyway, the catbird, the great catbird is over here, singing. Not giving us the very best view because of the leaves. I did see the cardinal just now, and there it is on the railing. And that's a female. Hey. Okay. What is that up there? Probably morning dove. No. Looks like a grackle. Okay. And what am I hearing? Almost sounds like young in a nest. Maybe wrong about that, but gotta watch my step here. I'm not sure where the sound is coming from. Hold on one second. What do I see here? Let's continue on. Did I just hear a hairy woodpecker? It's possible. Oh. Catbird again. Let's see if we can get it. Not a good one. Temperature, another catbird, or maybe the same catbird. Hey. So again, gray catbird. This is the best look we've had yet today. Brief as it was. And, oh, cardinal. It's a male northern cardinal. And up. Is that a yellowthroat? Yes, it is. That's a common yellowthroat. We've heard a few today, but that's the first we've seen. And I'm hearing tufted titmouse. Oh, where'd that yellowthroat go? That was rude. Just a tease. That's the tufted titmouse. So it's good to see the yellowthroat, but that was very brief, too brief. First, I might be right here now. I thought it might have been something else. We may not get another look at it, I don't know. Meanwhile, hold on a second. Is it a hairy? No, is that red-bellied? Looks like a red-bellied woodpecker right here. No. Higher. Here we go. Without the typical red on its head, but that's what it looks like. I should say, at least I can't see it from here. Yes. Oh, and here is a hairy. I think. Where'd it go? Where are you? There you are. I had thought I had heard one, and that may be the one I heard. And then up here is just a red-bellied woodpecker that doesn't have a typical red cap. Reddish, orangish cap that you would expect. Let's continue. So far, this, I've enjoyed this already. I don't know if I got to saying it, but it's comfortable here. Just saw, I see a blue jay here. I didn't scare the woodpecker. some more Oriole. You heard the rattle. It's similar to the rattle of, I think I hear another one. Similar to the rattle that you might hear from a house sparrow. Maybe a little bit faster in nature. That's the hairy woodpecker right there, that vocalized. And somebody just flew in. I just heard a blue jay. Maybe the one I saw. And oh, well, okay. The Oriole has moved on. Okay, so it's as usual. As we come here, when it's sunny like this, it's going to be maybe a challenge for me to see much. So I'm going to start looking from here. The reason why, the challenge is the sun shining in my eyes. Either directly or as a reflection off of the pond. Okay, we'll get closer. Something's moving around in the water over there. Don't know what. This robin just flew in. I hear a different one singing in the distance. Great captor. Oh, there it goes. So far on the water, I don't see anything out of the ordinary or particularly special. Let's get a little closer. It does seem like the water levels are high. I do see a mourning dove, maybe two. One in the former nest tree, the other in a closer tree. No great blue herons or green herons so far, though. I wonder, may be wrong, and maybe it's just our timing, just coincidence, or something along those lines. But in prior years, we've had a lot of luck seeing green herons in here, and maybe on that fallen limb or tree over here. But I wonder if the higher water levels are just making these areas a little less appealing. We don't want it completely dry, but we've seen in prior years, more of the more exposure of the various fallen tree trunks, limbs, etc. here, and those are, good places for green herons to walk as they look for prey. So let me just look around here a little bit with binoculars, see if there's anyone I'm missing with the naked eye. Did I possibly just hear a marsh wren? And I may have just heard a cedar waxwing. I believe I did hear a marsh wren. I'm not positive, but I believe so. But I'm not seeing really anything we might really want to spend time looking at. So I think it's time to get to the trails. Okay, let's go. Lovely blackbird. Hearing an American goldfinch. Haven't seen any geese yet, or ducks. Guessing they're around somewhere. And I believe we're still most likely at least somewhat in the molting period for Canada geese, at least for those in this area. So, for instance, in my own travels throughout the week, I haven't been seeing any really around. But I imagine that'll start tapering off pretty soon and start to see them again once they're able to take flight and go to areas where they would hesitate to go without being able to fly. I'm almost definitely hearing marsh wrens now. At least one. As I said, it's fairly comfortable here, and in the shade that much more so, really. Do you hear that? That's the marsh wren. They were noted as a rare visitor for the area weeks ago. I don't know if anyone is still, filing reports with eBird. I see somebody out there. I'm not sure what it is. Am I looking in the wrong place? Maybe. Somebody's in the distance and I'm having a hard time focusing on it. And I don't see it now. Too much in the way. You can see, obviously, though, things are really grown in. Grasses are getting tall, even though they're at the edge of the pond. This is kind of an overflow area. Sometimes it dries out. It hasn't dried out yet. The grasses are high, and all the other leaves have filled in, of course. It makes for views that are blocked, but it's okay, because sometimes it's just interesting habitat you don't get maybe elsewhere. Hearing a tufted titmouse again. Peter, 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 Peter.
Sounds like it's coming from over there somewhere. You come in here, like in this area here, and the way it's, just the way my view currently looks, it's not quite as overgrown. I mean, there's more water visible, and it just looks, and you feel like right here that you're right in it. But we're obviously safely, you know, on the boardwalk here. I believe I'm hearing a mourning dove sing as well. Bird-wise, though, I don't see much going on, so we're going to keep moving. I think we may do what we've been doing the last couple weeks, and that is, once we're done here, we'll shut down for a bit, and then you know, I'll drive to the campus and then restart there. Hearing a red-bellied woodpecker now. We already saw one. Could be the same one, I don't know. As I said, very comfortable right now here in the woods. You know, we're in the shade anyway, and but the temperature is nice. Hope the mosquitoes leave me alone. Haven't seen any yet, but I shouldn't have said that. quiet though. You're not hearing many bird calls or anything. No surprise though, I guess. Now, you might still expect to hear various calls or vocalizations of one sort or another, not because of mating or, you know, any territorial efforts, but, you know, maybe because there's a bird of prey around, or just the normal call, just so birds kind of know where they are, each other. You know, two individuals of a species may want to know where each is. But I'm not hearing anything like that, and I'm not even hearing like vireos, for instance. Very often you can count on them when you're not hearing anything else. You at least hear them singing. I think vireos tend to frustrate people for a number of reasons. You come into a wooded area, maybe on a hot day, and they're singing, and they're up high, you can't find them because of they're in the trees. They're the only thing singing. Maybe it's a hot day, and you're like, boy, it's like they're rubbing it in. You can't see me, you can't see anybody else. I may have just heard a wood thrush. Yes, I think I did. Maybe two. Distantly, we're not going to walk that way, but I believe I may have heard one. Definitely heard one. There it is again. You know what we haven't heard in a few weeks, a number of weeks, is an ovenbird. We're going to continue on, but that at least we heard one wood thrush. As I said, the woods are pretty quiet in terms of bird calls. There's a fair amount of noise because of the wind blowing through the leaves and also just the road noise. When you're in here, it's easy to forget that there are roads right nearby. And an airport right across the way. Still hearing the wood thrush a bit. Wondering if there's a second one. And I think I hear a vireo. Maybe a red-eyed vireo. I'm not an expert on vireos. But distantly. I think you can hear the vireo a little better now. Although it's not very close by the sound of it. Things can change so much. Now we're looking up here. This is the tree, I believe. You can barely see it. The tree that where we saw on at least one occasion, maybe I believe it was like 2 occasions, we saw barred owls, or a barred owl, over the winter. But with the other leaves now, or the other trees now filled in with leaves, it's much more difficult to see up there. Now there could be someone up there and maybe no one is noticing, or it could be no one's up there. I rely quite a bit on the vocalizations of other birds when it comes to finding birds of prey. Other birds, other animals. Chipmunks, squirrels, in addition to robins and maybe the occasional other bird. So often it's tough, when we're on the Cornell campus in, let's say, later in the summer into early fall, and you're still hoping to see, any one of the hawks, and the robins are really no longer around or not vocalizing so much with every one of their own sightings of a hawk. So you're kind of left to your own devices. You have to look for yourself and hope for some luck. We're lucky. We're able to see the hawks, let's face it, pretty well, all things considered. But there are a lot of hiding places on campus. I'm not saying they're really hiding, but at least they're out of our own view. And often it can be difficult to find them. I haven't really been looking at ground level. Maybe I'm relying on my ears or to hear anything that moves. Maybe I can't focus on it. Don't know what it is. Maybe I don't want to know. Hearing something. Not sure what I'm hearing. Seeing a mosquito. Thought I heard something, but I wonder if it was young in a nest. I'm not sure. If it was, I mean, I don't see any nests, but it sounds like it's not up very high. But it could be the sound bouncing off of tree trunks and things playing tricks on my ears. Wait a second. Do I see a nest? Possibly. Possibly, although I don't see any activity there. Not from here. Wait a minute. That's a bird. Hey! Is that a bird? Kind of looks like one, but I'm not sure. Maybe it's just something playing tricks on my eyes. Let's see. Mosquito. Let's see if I can get another look at it. I've lost sight of the nest. I'm not sure if I can see it from... Oh, is that it? That might be it. Maybe not. Maybe that's just vegetation and just something playing tricks on my eyes. Yeah, I think so. I don't know. Let me look with binoculars again. Yeah, probably nothing. Sorry. Kind of looked like a bird and kind of looked like a young robin with the, you know, the overly bright and emphasized mouth that you'll see with, well, with young birds in general. Anyway, let's continue on before I make a further fool of myself. I'm not sure what I'm hearing ahead. Is that a squirrel? Maybe. I think so. So we're hearing what sounds like a squirrel calling an alert. It's possible it's because of me, but of course now it's not calling the alert any longer. Sounds like a hairy woodpecker. And I believe we're hearing a vireo up high. Problem in some of these areas is, if there happens to be, a bird of prey up high in the trees, we have a hard time seeing such areas because there's so much ground, so much vegetation between us and such limbs up high. Let's keep moving because it is getting a little late. Do I see something on the trail ahead? Maybe. No. Oh, a leaf. But red-bellied woodpecker. Just heard the rattle of a belted kingfisher. And, well, some frogs splashing. Okay, with the naked eye, I don't see anything. But let me look with binoculars. Maybe there's something of interest. Oops, sorry. I don't see anybody. Yeah, really nothing going on that I see at the moment. Still hearing some splashing. I believe it's frogs. Hearing a catbird. I just saw some move. Well, could have been a frog here, but I thought I saw some motion just now. I'm going to move along. I think there's not much going on from here. I wonder if the I wouldn't be surprised if this is the case, if the lily pad growth has been slowed by the deeper water levels. I don't know. That's my guess. Any idea? Okay. Don't talk to me. All right, let's keep going. Am I hearing children? Maybe. Some kind of noise. Probably. Yep. So it might have been a bird or something. Nope. We have to get moving anyway. We're, like I said, kind of running out of time a bit. That's not to say that we won't stop if we see something interesting. Stop and take as good a look as we can. Maybe some people on the platform. I heard somebody. Gray cat herd. I don't see anybody out there, so maybe I heard the voices from somewhere else. I'm hearing a high-pitched vocalization, possibly a sparrow. Here come the people, I think. Oh, I see a great blue heron out over here. And the kingfisher just went by. And I don't know where it went, but it's there. Oh, there it is. Okay, like to look around. Oh, there goes again the kingfisher. I'll just flew up to this tree here. Again, that's a belted kingfisher, if you don't know. And there's a great blue heron. Where is it? Heron? Where are you, heron? Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Hard to see. And I'm going to look around now and see if there's anything else of interest. Canada geese. Haven't seen any ducks of any sort yet. Until now. Look like wood ducks from here. There's a catbird. Okay, let me continue looking around. Maybe more wood ducks in the distance, I'm not sure. Probably not, but they're even farther away than the ones we did see. But I'm not really seeing anything else. Just because of our time limitations, I think we're going to get going. Still, it's good to see a great blue heron, belted kingfisher, Canada geese, catbird again, and the wood ducks. So let's go. I think there was a squirrel in here somewhere, but and I just heard it again. Unless they're cedar waxwings, that's possible. That's they have a similar call to that. I'm guessing maybe white-throated sparrow? I don't know. I don't know. I don't think they're usually around this time of year, but maybe they are. Right back that chipmunk, didn't seem to care. There's no doubt that animals become more accustomed to people in certain areas where they see, people out on foot often. I mean, if you see Canada geese at a park very often, I mean, they're very used to people. I'm not saying that you can go up and pet them, but I mean, you could be right nearby. But, like for instance, the Canada geese that I often see, well, not lately because of the molting, but that I often see near me, anyone gets anywhere near, they take off, or at least move along. And even they are used to some things, like you see like various mowing tractors and other machines, and they know to move out of the way, but they don't. It's not like they're going to take off and leave the area at the first sight of them. Just heard a red-winged blackbird, and I see, what do I see? Oh, cardinal. I think I saw movement up here. A female cardinal was right in here somewhere. First time I ever saw a female northern cardinal, I didn't know what it was at all. Unfortunately, it needed help. It was in the road, and I don't know if it had been bumped by a car or something, but like I said, I didn't know what it was at first just because of its coloration. Okay, gotta watch where I step. Eventually that day I did help. I don't know if I helped the cardinal much, but I did get it out of the road anyway. And I put it to the side. Then I wondered later on if I should have done something else because, it still seemed rather stunned. And I went back later and saw it was no longer there. So maybe it moved on by itself and it was okay. I don't know. And I never will know, but that was years ago. Hearing a blue jay right now. Let me look around a little bit while I'm here. I'm not sure if that's something or not. It's hard to hold the camera still at this distance, but maybe not. Okay, let's continue. Try to get through this area safely, if you know what I mean. I'll tell you, it's been kind of a quiet walk, but I've enjoyed some of the things we've seen. Again, we've got an area of new mulch, which is wonderful, except it's harder to see what you don't want to step in. And now with the sun the way it is, it's very hard for me to see. Hearing a, sounds like a chipmunk. Hearing a robin nearby. Maybe a second chipmunk now. Could be because of me. It's actually my bet. Hearing a couple different blue jays right now. Didn't hear any veeries today. There's the eastern wood pewee again. Who was that? Is it a grackle or seemed too large to be capped? Or, yeah, that's a common grackle. No doubt now. There may be a few of them here. There's one right now. Some's in my eyes, but actually 2 or 3 of them. No surprise, they're often around here. Near the fuller wetlands. I just saw a flycatcher of some sort. Might be a phoebe. Just landed up there. I'm not sure if it's a phoebe or not. That's my guess. Eastern phoebe is the full name. Again, I could be wrong. Okay. It just took off. Okay, I just want to take a quick look around. I don't see anything out of the ordinary or particular interest yet, but you never know. No, nothing, no green herons, for instance. That's what I was really primarily looking for. We're going to move on. Do I hear a warbling vireo? Maybe? I might. Doesn't look like a star on me. Although I could be wrong. Just took off. May have just heard a northern flicker. Oh, something in the air, something large. Probably turkey vulture, but I don't know. Someone put the lab in my way. I believe it's maybe 2 turkey vultures. Looks like it. Should have looked over in the grassy area. 1 second. I'm going to take the time. Just heard a song sparrow. Yes, they are turkey vultures. Okay. At least 2 of them. Okay. We're going to go back to the water just to take one more look. See if maybe anyone has come into the area that we'd like to see. But then we'll head to the car. Well, we'll head to the car. But I'll, like I said, I'll close up, head to the campus. Wouldn't mind some water too.